how do you make an interesting video about relapse? Do you tell your war stories? Because I've got them. Do you tell scientific facts? Do you avoid the topic? That's where my go-to is. But I'm not doing that anymore. So I was inspired today to make a video about relapse for a couple of reasons. One, I've been thinking about it a lot lately, and I've been thinking about my journey and how I can use my experience to give other people strength and hope for their own journey. And relapse can be terrifying for people in recovery, no matter how long you've been sober for. If you've been sober for 3 days or 30 years, you still worry about relapse. Some people make it their whole lives without a relapse, and that's incredible. But most of us aren't so lucky. And the thing I really, 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 really hope to get across today is that if you relapse, it doesn't have to be the end of your journey. It's just a bump in the road, right? I'm going to give you a brief, little tidbits about my relapse, and we'll go from there. So I was sober for 7 months. I went to rehab. I did IOP. I started going to AA, and I thought that I was good. I thought that I had it, no problem, right? In the beginning, it was horrible and hard, and I had a mental obsession for alcohol. Like, it was pretty much all that I thought about, or always in the back of my mind, right? How can I get to the next drink? And if you're an alcoholic, you know what I'm talking about. It fucking sucks. But it does go away. It really does. I didn't believe it at all. I did not believe that it would ever go away. But it did. But after my relapse, it came back. So I had to start the whole thing all over again. But that's okay. So I went on vacation, and I decided that because I was in another country and in a different setting, that I could drink here and leave it here and come home and just get back to where I was, right? Stay sober, no big deal. And then maybe next time I went on vacation, I'd be rewarded for all my sobriety at home, and then I could drink again. Wouldn't it be cool if it worked that way? Well, it doesn't. Not for this girl. Not even a little bit. So I drank on vacation, and then I snuck some drinks on the plane home and stayed sober for 2 days. And then I was at a dry bar getting my hair blow dried, and they offered me a glass of wine, and I said yes. Like, I didn't think about it. It was just like, oh yeah. And it was like everything that I had learned in all of my therapy and rehab and AA and all of it. It's so much. I had so much recovery in my head, and it just gone, right? So that led me to start drinking every day, and to start hiding my drinking, and to start drinking more and more and more. And I got depressed because I was hiding it, and I didn't hang out with anybody because I was hiding it, and it was a really horrible, horrible place to be. Especially because before rehab, everyone just knew I was a big old drunk, right? But the expectation and the pressure to stay sober and to not mess up and to not relapse, it was heavy. It was really heavy. And I couldn't do it. uh, it took me going to jail and getting arrested to finally clean up again. Yeah. So, so after a month of drinking, after my relapse, I ended up getting pulled over and spending the night in jail. And then I had to go to another program, and I really had to look at myself and look at what happened and how that happened and why it happened and how do I stop it from not like ever, ever, ever happening again. Here's what worked for me that I'm going to share with you. Take it or leave it. So what I learned was that when I was originally in my program and in rehab and IOP, and I was really connected with everybody in the recovery community, I was doing all right. I was doing pretty good. And then I started to feel like I've got this, right? Ooh, I've got this. You've got this. Never, ever, 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 ever good thoughts for an alcoholic or addict to have, in my opinion. Because then you get cocky and you stop working your program. And you know, being sober for, I think I had 7 months, it's those habits that I created were not as strong as the habits that I created in the 20 years of drinking. Probably more, like, who knows? Long, long time, right? So I stopped going to meetings. I stopped reaching out to my friends, and it was a pretty easy slip. And one of the things that I feel would have helped me not take that first drink on vacation would have been if I had been involved in the recovery community, because we all share our stories just like this, just to remind each other that this is what happens. Everybody's journey is different, but we all fundamentally are powerless over alcohol. And I need a daily reminder, and being around, I like to call other alcoholics my people. Being around my people really, really helps remind me, and it also makes me feel like I'm not alone. So, I guess what I want to share most importantly is that if you've relapsed, or if somebody that you know and love has relapsed, it's not the end of the road. It's not it. It happens. It fucking sucks too. It really, really sucks. Like, it was not fun. Like, not even for a minute. And that we're all always one drink away from sliding right back down to the bottom, right? Where's your bottom? People always say that. Where's your bottom? When did you hit bottom? I was throwing up in a jail cell. Was that my bottom? I hope so. But if I pick up again, no. Because I'll go lower. I will. I don't want to. I don't want to pick up. I don't want to go lower. But I need to be honest with myself and know that I probably will go lower. So, that's my video today. Are you depressed? I hope not. Yeah, I hope that this helps somebody somewhere, somehow. And I would also like to say that if you've not heard Demi Lovato's song, Dancing with the Devil, you need to listen to it. The first line is, it's just a little red wine, I'll be fine. And I think we all know how that ended for her. Thank God she's alive to write beautiful songs like this. But she truly inspires me. She's open and honest about her journey, and that inspires me to be open and honest about my journey, and hopefully together we can all help each other recover. Thanks for watching. Bye.